Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I found an article and this was written about a week ago. This is another piece that I didn't cover and it is regarding William and I believe Sophie of Wessex pleading with Harry to come back to the UK. And I do believe that William has pushed for Harry to come back, even though I do also see that William and Charles, Sophie of Wessex, Kate and Camilla and all the other senior members of the royal family have been flourishing while Meghan and Harry have been away. And I think that this has had a extremely positive impact on the image of the royal family as a whole. When Meghan and Harry was in the royal fold, they were on the verge of essentially losing favour with the public and becoming unpopular. But now that Meghan and Harry have broken away, it seems that they have been given the opportunity to flourish and shine. Prince Charles and Camilla are now actually doing public royal engagements, and it's really nice to see them out there doing that. Just getting back into the swing of things and pre-lockdown life. And they look really healthy. They're glowing. We know that Charles was struck down with the bout of COVID, but he's come through that and he's back at it again, fulfilling his royal duties, and it's really nice to see. William also is making public appearances again and he looks really well. He actually has gotten a bit of a tan, so he's probably been sunbathing with the children and Kate, and it's really nice to see him out and about, and I'm sure that we will see Kate making a public appearance too. But a source actually did leak to the media about a week ago that William has been begging Harry to come home because of everything that's going on right now, the race riots and the Black Lives Matter movement. He has been begging for him to come back. I do believe that he's worried for Harry's safety, and Harry and Meghan are spending more money than ever on private security, which we know that I personally think is being funded by Charles, their father, which indirectly is being funded by the British taxpayers. And I think this is due to paranoia, this is due to fear and insecurity of what could go wrong, because America is in unrest right now, as everyone knows. And this has had a knock-on effect on Harry. He didn't look too good during his last public appearance. He looks very weathered and war-torn, didn't he? It carries on to say here, Prince William tells Harry to return to London following the LA safety concerns that they clearly do have. It seems living so far away from the royal family has not been the only concern for Harry. Speaking to US Weekly, a source who was not named claimed being in contact with Prince William has helped Harry with the many challenges with his life, including his move to LA. They said, moving to a completely different country is never easy for anyone, including Harry. And the source quotes, and he wasn't expecting to be faced with so many obstacles, says Insider. And that is true. Harry and Meghan have been faced with nothing but barriers to entry. Their book has now been slashed significantly in price. It started out at £20, which is about $28 US conversion. It's now been slashed all the way down to £13.65, which I would say make it about $20, which is still kind of pricey. But why is that? I think that when they initially left the UK and went to the US, they did have a lot of attention. They did have a lot of media scrutiny. They did have a lot of drama on controversy, and controversy sells. But now there are two bigger players than them in the room. We have the Black Lives Matter movement. We have a lot of people dealing with trauma regarding the lockdown. Mental health is very much jeopardized right now. We're living in a climate where I think we are all feeling the pressure of the pandemic. We've been isolated from our loved ones. The country is slowly opening back up. The world is unrecognizable compared to how it was just short of 7 months ago. It's a completely different reality, new existence. No one really knows what's going to happen next week. At the beginning of the pandemic, I actually thought the next thing that could happen is an alien invasion. And a lot is going on and we've all had a lot to deal with. There's no place for A-listers right now or public figures like Meghan and Harry. And I think that that is what they have really lost. That is what is being taken away from them. They just don't have the spotlight anymore. They're sharing the center stage with so many other catastrophes. They are struggling. Now, apparently their trademark application for their Archwell Foundation, which, surprise, surprise, has fallen through, very similar to their trademarking of the Sussex Royal brand. Seems that they can never really get their trademarking together. They can't really get it off the ground. I don't understand what's going on, but allegedly they didn't pay up the money that they had to pay to ensure the trademark, and they didn't sign the documents before they sent them off. It seems like they're actually doing these things on their own. I don't think they have, well, they don't have the assistance of the staff that they had in Buckingham Palace. They fired everyone, didn't they? They decided to step down. And they're just getting everything wrong and it's going from bad to worse. They are more isolated now. Meghan Markle doesn't have that relationship she had with her outside key players like Jessica Maroney and her team. They've been foiled via the Tatler debacle with Kate and the negative portrayal of Kate. So everything is going completely wrong. And I think that my insider is definitely someone coming from a genuine place. So the insider continued to say, William advised Harry to return to London or move elsewhere, somewhere safer. The insider said, Harry is not in a safe place. He would have been okay if he stayed on Vancouver Island. He would have had more privacy. We know that when they was on Vancouver Island, they didn't have any drones taking pictures of the mansion from an aerial top view. They just wasn't getting that kind of intrusion because they was isolated on an island pretty much. It's just all gone wrong, hasn't it? Carries on to say he's concerned about his brother's well-being and safety, and I do think that that is true. William seems like a very genuine, loving character. He comes across as a big softie really. He comes across as a nice person. It's really tragic, the life choices that Harry has chosen to live by, but I think we can all agree to the fact that Harry has just gone too far. The article carries on with, the source also claimed the 94-year-old monarch has been reaching out to Harry to see if he's okay. I do believe that there has been concern, definitely after the protests broke out. They have been trying to get in contact with them probably, and he's offered to help out if needed. So that's William. The insider went on to say Harry had unrealistic expectations of what life in LA would be like. I do definitely think he had the rose-tinted glasses on and it's just been completely obliterated and gone up in flames, literally, in a literal sense. It's nothing like what he would have had if he was in the UK. He would have been safe. He would have been protected in that beautiful, extremely beautiful Frogmore cottage. If I could live in that house myself, I would. I really would. It's absolutely stunning. If they'd have just stayed in Frogmore Cottage and been grateful for another 5 years or 2 before they actually broke away and stepped down, none of this would have happened. They wouldn't have had to have experienced this. And it's really sad for Archie. He's a true victim in this drama. So it carries on. They even claimed the prince saw LA through rose-coloured glasses, according to US Weekly. Meanwhile, William and Kate have been busier than ever supporting the nation during the coronavirus pandemic. They have continued to attend royal engagements via video calls and have been in touch with frontline staff, raising awareness for any concerns they may have. In a rare interview, Sophie, Countess of Wessex, has reflected on her own struggles with adjusting to the limelight, giving a major hint as to why Meghan would have struggled. Comparing her relationship with Prince Edward and the press attention that came with it in the early days to Harry and Meghan, she said, "Remember, I had 5 years to adjust." The Countess, who is suggested to have become a confidant to the Duchess, said, "We all try to help any new member of the family." Of the Sussex relocation to the United States, the Countess said, "I just hope they will be happy. Sophie has a good relationship with members of the royal family and is particularly close with the Queen and the Duchess of Cambridge." And we've all seen a lot of pictures of Sophie pictured with Kate, laughing, embracing each other and having a lovely time. Sophie did have her own controversy way back when her husband, Prince Edward, used his media company to actually illegally film, I think it was William, at St Andrews University, and he was immediately shut down by Charles and the Queen. They was very upset with them and they were sent to some kind of exile. So it's only now that they are peering out of exile and coming forward. I think that what she has said regarding Meghan and Harry summarises how we all feel. You just hope that they can find some kind of happiness, but with the life choices they've made, it seems that it's going to result in anything but being happy. I think that they would very much like them to be safe and go to a safer place, if not come back to the UK. I think it's all kind of coming out in the wash that they've done nothing but actually put Archie in a more dangerous position. He doesn't have a title. He doesn't have proper protection under the royal fold. They are open to any kind of media scrutiny. America is at its knees. It's fallen apart and they are out there. They are out there. They are exposed. They are vulnerable. And it's just not good. They've even cut themselves willingly from the formal public purse. They're not taking any money directly from the sovereign grant, but we still know they're taking money from us because they're taking money from Charles. And I don't know, I think that it would be in their best interest to eat humble pie and come home with their tails between their legs. They're probably more than likely not going to do that. I think they're going to stick it out for another 2 years, 5 years, I don't know, but I definitely think that their marriage is vulnerable. It's in a very vulnerable place. And that's it. I don't know if they're listening to William. They don't listen to anything that seems to benefit them, this couple. Anyway, guys, I'll be back for another video. Bye.